In today's class, we're going to be practicing a sequence of Kriya designed to release patterns and habits from the mind. Things like fears, obsessions, aversions, and other negative qualities that originate primarily in the first three chakras. Namaste and welcome to Refeel Yoga. My name is Andrew and I'm really excited to share with you today one of my favorite sequences from Yogi Bhajan's Kundalini Yoga. It's known as the Kriya for the Instinctual Self. If it sounds good to you, grab your yoga mat and let's get ready to practice. So find your way into a comfortable seated position, whatever that means for you, somewhere where you can sit nice and tall, pressing the seat down, reaching the crown of the head up. Roll the shoulders back and down so the heart is open and relaxed. Then I invite you to close the eyes, turn inside, take a deep inhalation through the nose. Then open the mouth inside out. And as you do, soften the body, soften the mind. Again, deep inhalation. Open the mouth side out. And really feel that sigh vibrating from the center of the chest, massaging the nervous system and bringing you here and now. One more time, this time we'll hold the breath. Deep inhalation. Sniff in as much as you can. Maybe a little bit more. And hold it. As you hold the breath, soften the face, soften the jaw, the shoulders, the chest, the belly, the genitals, and the anus. Soften and relax for 3, 2, 1, sigh it out. Sitting with the eyes closed, attention turned inside. Take a moment to notice where you are now before we begin the practice. How you feel in your body, your energy, your emotions, and your mind. Just checking in. There's no need to change anything. We just see where we start so we know where we end up. We're going to start tuning in for this class with the Adi mantra, Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. So bring the hands together and start to rub them vigorously. Create some heat between the palms. Rub, 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 rub. Then bring the hands together in front of the heart center. Take a deep inhalation. Relaxing exhalation. Turn the eyes up to the middle of the forehead, Shambhavi Mudra, and inhale to chant. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. 2 more times. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Take a deep inhalation. Suspend the breath. Squeeze Mula Bandha, contracting the genitals and anus. Focus your energy in the middle of the forehead, stabilizing this energy in Ajna Chakra, the third eye. And release and relax. Lower the hands to the lap, sitting with the eyes closed, feeling the resulting vibrations of tuning in with the mantra, connected with your higher self, your source of truth. Beautiful. Gently coming back. So we're going to start waking up the spine with Sufi grind. So hands on the knees, leaning forward. We're going to rotate towards the right, round back, left and forward. Inhale as you come forward. Exhale as you round back, trying to draw as big of circles as you can from the center of the chest. Inhaling forward, opening the chest. Exhale back, rounding the spine. Try to make this movement as big as you can. And find your pace, find your rhythm. Throughout all of the practices today, throughout all yogic practices, find the way that it works for you. We should be able to be steady and comfortable in everything we do. So if you're still cool in the body, you want to go slower, go slower. If you feel vigorous, go faster. Find your rhythm. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. And the next time you come to the front, change directions, opposite direction, still inhaling forward, exhaling back. If you can, I encourage you to close the eyes, go inside, and really try to feel this movement along the whole spine. Waking up the spinal column, the central channel, Sushumna Nadi, the energy channels that connect the mind to the rest of the body. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Make sure you're connecting the breath with the movement and really feel the breath move you. And take a deep inhalation to center. Hold the breath, squeeze Mula Bandha, contract the genitals and anus. Turn the eyes up to the middle of the forehead, Shambhavi Mudra, and visualize energy rising up the spine, over the top of the head, to the middle of the forehead, Ajna Chakra. And release and relax. Sitting with the eyes closed, tension inside. Feeling fine vibrations from the base of the spine to the top of the head. Activating the nervous system, opening the energy channels, and starting to create some expansion within the mind. Beautiful, gently coming back. We're going to make our way into a kneeling position now. If you need any folded towel or blanket or cushion to make it more comfortable, pause the video, grab any props you need, and come back when you're ready. We're going to do a spinal flex here, so hands stay in the lap, and from the center of the chest we inhale forward, and we exhale rounding back. Really this forward and back movement of the spine. Do this for 1 minute. Again, find your pace, find your rhythm. We do what's referred to as a sniff and throw breath, where we sniff the breath in and then we throw it out. Sniff in fresh energy, throw out the old. Inhale forward, exhale back. As you do this, remember, energy moves in waves. The sound, the light, the ocean, all energy moves in a wave-like motion. So as we move our spine in this wave-like pattern and we pump the breath, it really encourages the energy to flow throughout our entire being. Take a deep inhalation, sit tall. Again, hold the breath, squeeze the genitals and anus, turn the eyes up to the middle of the forehead, Shambhavi Mudra. Focus in the middle of the forehead, between the eyebrows. And release and relax. Eyes closed, attention inside. Feel that continued awakening, moving along the spine, opening the heart and lungs. Beautiful. We're going to make our way back to a cross-legged position for spinal twisting. Extend the arms out to the sides, then bend at the elbows. Thumbs are behind the shoulders, fingers in front. Keep the arms pulled up and back. And here we're going to inhale left, exhale right. Again, find your rhythm, find your pace, find what works for you. You can start slower, and as it feels comfortable, you can pick up the pace to a more powerful sniff and throw breath. Inhaling left, exhaling right. Make sure you're allowing the head to move with the twist so you get the benefits from the base of the spine all the way up into the neck. Inhale left, exhale right. Keep the arms up. Inhale to center. Suspend the breath. Squeeze Mula Bandha. Eyes turned up. Shambhavi Mudra. Focus in the middle of the forehead. And release and relax. Eyes closed. Attention inside. Feel the energy moving inside of you. Rising up into the area of the chest and higher. Creating just a little more lightness in the body. Beautiful. To finish our warm-up sequence, we're going to do some neck rolls. So drop the chin to the chest. And inhale, rolling the right ear towards the right shoulder. All the way around back. Then exhale, left ear to left shoulder. And continue in one direction. Nice and slow. Just warming up. We don't want to do any fast movements here. And as you move and breathe slowly, let your mind become more subtle. Try to feel the tiny vibrations of energy waking up in the area of the neck. This meeting point between mind and body. And the next time the chin comes to the chest, switch directions. Still inhaling back. Exhaling forward. Nice, slow and gentle. And the next time the chin comes to the chest, return to center. Sitting with the eyes closed. Feeling fine vibrations in the area of the neck. Sense of harmony between mind and body. Beautiful. Notice how soft the mind can become with just a few moments of present actions, of Kriya. So now we're going to go into the actual Kriya. This was just the warm-up. And we're going to start low down and we'll move that energy up. We'll work a lot with the first three chakras, Muladhara, Svadhisthana, Manipura. So if you have any kind of discomforts coming, some emotions are arising, there might be frustrations, fears, sadness, worry, any of these things, just let it happen. The idea here is to kind of stir the energy, and then in the second half of the practice, we'll move that energy up, we'll sublimate it, we'll transmute it towards the higher centers in a feeling of expansion. Okay, so this first practice is working especially with Muladhara, the root chakra, and Svadhisthana, the sexual chakra. So there can be a lot of energy here around feelings of grounding, belonging, fear, especially fear around sexuality, which is the connection between the two of these. So just let whatever comes. It's okay. Everything is allowed. You're completely welcome to feel whatever you feel. We're going to come into this butterfly pose, Bhadrasana, where the soles of the feet are together and the knees are open to the sides. If you find that your back is really slouching, I recommend bringing your feet a little further forward so you can sit nice and tall. And what we want to do here is a spinal flex just from the low part of the spine. So we're going to inhale, rocking the hips forward, exhale, rocking them back. So it's going to be this sort of humping, thrusting motion, really trying to get into the low pelvic region. If you find that I know for some people, especially women that have really flexible hips, if the hip is too open, it's kind of hard to get that rotation there, that tilting there. Lift the knees a little bit more, and that will give you some more access to tilting the pelvis, okay? We're going to do this for 1 minute, followed by sitting nice and tall, retention, squeezing Mula Bandha, like we've been doing. Enough talking, Andrew. Let's get into it. So inhaling forward from the pubic bone, exhale, rounding back. And I encourage you to go a little bit fast here. During the warm-up, we go gentle, but here, really try to build that energy. Inhale forward, exhale back. Rock the pelvis. Wake up that energy in the first 2 chakras. And take a deep inhalation, sit nice and tall. Hold the breath, squeeze Mula Bandha, lock the energy in the pelvic region. And release and relax. You can extend the legs forward. Just rest on your hands and come into a very relaxed position. Eyes closed, attention inside. Witness what's moving. The base of the spine, the hips, low back. If there's any sensations, energy moving, maybe subtle emotions arising, just be aware. You don't need to change it. You don't need to create stories or excuses. Just allow yourself to be there with the experience. And gently coming back. Beautiful. This next practice is, I think, one of the more demanding ones of the sequence. And it's working with Svadhisthana and Manipura chakra. So this idea of sexuality, joy, pleasure, mixed with self-confidence, willpower, determination. And it's a beautiful energy to cultivate both of these chakras. I love it. So what we're going to do, why this can be a little bit demanding, is we're going to come from laying on the belly. Just watch me first. We'll come up into Cobra pose. And we're going to inhale here. Then we'll exhale. And we're going to inhale up into plank. And then we're going to exhale down to Cobra. You can tuck your feet each time. So you can come down into flat toe Cobra and then come up into plank. Or you can just keep them tucked the whole time so that your toes stay on the mat and just kind of move between these two. See what works for you and find a way to make it work. We're going to do this for 1 minute. It's only 1 minute. It is meant to challenge you because we're working with the Manipura, the fire energy now. So give it your best. Okay? We'll come down to lying on the belly first. And then we'll inhale up into Cobra. Relaxing exhalation. And we begin. Inhale to plank. Exhale, Cobra. And again, it's just 1 minute, so really give it your all. Really feel this energy moving between the pelvic region and the navel. Inhale, plank, exhale, Cobra. You got this. Last 20 seconds. We're going to finish in Cobra. Take a deep inhalation. Hold the breath. Squeeze Mula Bandha. Contract the genitals and anus. Feel this energy in the navel and pelvic region. And release back into child's pose. Relaxing with the eyes closed. Attention turned inside. Bring awareness to that which moves within you. The energy, the breath. Maybe memories or emotions that arise. And again, no stories, no excuses. Just allowing, just witnessing. When we can sit with our experiences without needing to change them, it's such a beautiful act of self-love. So often the mind wants to find reason and logic and change things to make ourselves more comfortable. And it's very natural, it's very normal. But sometimes just being there with yourself is the greatest gift you can give. You know, when you're in emotion and somebody just hugs you, they don't tell you what to do, they don't try to fix it for you. They're just there for you and they hug you. What an amazing moment. You can do that same thing for yourself by just sitting, just witnessing, just being present with yourself and what's going on. And gently coming back up to sitting. The next practice we're going to do is now uniting Muladhara, the root chakra, with Manipura, this sort of combination of earth and fire. Very grounding and very uplifting at the same time. We're going to come into Malasana, the yogic squat. And ideally, you want to have your feet flat on the floor in this pose. And if you cannot get your feet flat on the floor, you can take a folded towel or blanket or something and put it under the heels, so that ideally you are standing on something. Here we want to wrap the arms around the knees and interlace the fingers. And here we're going to do the breath of fire for 1 minute. So find a way to get comfortable in this position using any props or supports that you need. Then take a deep inhalation, relaxing exhalation, and begin the breath of fire. Same with the breath of fire. Find your rhythm, find your pace. You don't need to match my speed. Find the speed that works good for you. Take a deep inhalation. Hold the breath, squeeze Mula Bandha, contract the genitals and anus. Lock this energy inside. And release, relax. Find your way down to any comfortable seated position for the awareness phase. Sitting with the eyes closed. Witness what's moving inside of you. Allowing whatever arises. Gently coming back. Beautiful. For our next practice, we go fully into Manipura chakra. We're going to do double leg lifts. We'll lay on our back and we'll inhale the legs up, exhale them down. So you can come down to lying on your back. If you need support for your lower back, you can place your hands just under the the hips. That will make it a little bit easier and prevent you from causing any strain to the lower back. If you don't need that, you can just have the hands by the sides. Focusing entirely at the navel here, the fire, because the fire is transformative. So we start to burn away these patterns and habits, these fears and obsessions. We start to step into our power with this one. Okay, 1 minute. Remember, that's all it is. 1 minute. Inhale the legs up, exhale them down. Let's begin. Remember, it's only 1 minute, so do your best. Do it as powerful as you can with this one. Last 10 seconds. And inhale, both legs straight up. Hold the breath, squeeze Mula Bandha, focus at the navel center. And release and relax. Lower the legs. Close the eyes. And give yourself that space to allow. To witness what arises. Physically, energetically, emotionally, or mentally. Feel the vibrations coming from the navel. What do they bring with them? What's the gift? What's the message today? And gently coming back. We have one more powerful practice. And then we're going to take a short shavasana to allow the energy to settle before the second part of the... I say the second part, but there's only a few more practices after this. Point is, give yourself one more big push because we've got a 2-minute shavasana coming after this one. So we're going to do a variation of Shalabhasana where we will lay on our belly, interlace the fingers behind the back in Venus lock. So for increasing masculine energy, right thumb goes on top, left little finger on bottom. For increasing feminine energy, left thumb goes on top and right little finger on bottom. In this pose, we're going to inhale, lifting the chest and shoulders off the mat, reaching the knuckles towards the back, and we're going to perform breath of fire. Only 1 minute. And then we will rest, relax, and roll onto our back for Shavasana. Okay, let's get ready. Come down to lying on your belly, on your belly. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Inhale up, relaxing exhalation. Close the eyes and begin the breath of fire. Keep breathing, keep pumping the breath, keep reaching up. Only 20 seconds remain. Deep inhalation. Hold the breath, squeeze Mula Bandha. And release and relax. Come down and roll your way onto your back. We come to a brief Shavasana. Allow the feet to open to the sides, palms to face up. And we completely surrender here for 2 minutes. I'm not going to say nothing. Just witness. Beautiful. Gently coming back to your body. Wiggle the fingers and toes. Rotate the wrists and ankles. Drop the head from side to side. Now to start to move the energy up, we're going to do some spinal rocking. So hug your knees into your chest. And we're going to rock from the hips to the shoulders for 1 minute. Make sure the back is nice and rounded here. So each vertebrae is making contact with the floor. And for bonus points, bring a cute little smile to your face. Because this is a fun one. This is a great way to massage the energy channels that run along the spine. And also to move the energy from down to up. And now find your way up to sitting. Eyes closed, attention inside. Feel that up and downward movement along the spine. Starting to connect the lower centers with the upper chakras. Beautiful. So now that we've worked a lot to stimulate and shake up the energy of the lower chakras, we're going to work on sublimating it, transmuting it, raising it to the higher centers for more clarity, more expansion, and ultimately to break those habits and patterns and cycles that we find ourselves stuck in. We're going to use 2 inverted poses, meaning 2 poses where we're upside down, to facilitate moving the energy from down to up. The first one is going to be Sarvangasana, the shoulder stand, where our legs are straight up in the air and we're supported. And here we will do the breath of fire for 1 minute. And then we will drop the feet over the head, going into Halasana, the plow pose, and we will continue breath of fire for 1 more minute. So this is a really powerful sequence because we're upside down, which is already helping the energy to raise from the lower chakras up. And then we're doing breath of fire. And like I just said, the fire is transformative. It's helping to burn that energy and make it more subtle. So combining these together makes it a very elevating practice. After that, we will come up for Sat Kriya, which I'll explain there, and then we'll finish with Shavasana. Okay? So we're almost there. You're doing great. This is the last push, and it's a beautiful one. So let's get ready. Find your way down to lying on your back. What you can do here is you can bring the feet flat on the floor, lift the hips off the mat, interlace the fingers behind the back, and rock up on the shoulders. That's going to give you a nice structure for your shoulder stand. Then press into the arms, roll the knees into the chest, lift up, bring your hands to the lower back, legs straight up into the shoulder stand. And when you're ready here, we're going to begin with the breath of fire. And drop the feet over the head into Halasana. Continue breath of fire. Deep inhalation. Hold the breath, squeeze Mula Bandha, gaze between the middle of the forehead. And release, relax. Use your arms to support yourself as you slowly roll your way down into Shavasana. Laying with the eyes closed, attention inside. Feeling the continued rising of energy from the lower body up to the throat, up to the middle of the forehead. Allowing your experience to unfold. And gently coming back, wiggle the fingers and toes. Drop the head from side to side to release the neck. And then gently find your way up to sitting. We're going to finish with 3 minutes of Sat Kriya. Sat Kriya is a very powerful practice for raising the energy up and helping to take away any other sort of dysfunctions or negative tendencies we may have. The full pose is in Virasana or Yoniasana, where we sit between the heels. So if that's accessible for you, you can sit like this. If it's not, you can use a block or cushion, or you can sit on the heels in Vajrasana. As always, find a way that makes it work for you. In this position, we're going to interlace the fingers in Venus lock. Remember, men, right thumb on top, women, left thumb on top. We extend the index fingers, and we will have the arms straight up overhead. Now watch, there's a tendency as this practice progresses to start to lean forward and get a bit lazy. Really try to stay as vertical, as straight up as possible throughout the practice. And here we're going to chant the mantra Sat, Nam. Sat Nam means I am truth, or truth is my identity. Connecting with that divine spark of consciousness within each of us, because each of us has that divine truth, that seed of the universe within us. So this mantra is connecting us with that truth, truth with a capital T. I am truth. Sat Nam. As we say Sat, we really pull the navel in like an explosion. Sat! And as we say Nam, we release the belly. Nam. So it's Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Okay? We're going to do this for 3 minutes. Give it everything you've got. Let's begin. Interlace the fingers. Extend the index fingers. Inhale the arms up overhead. Relaxing exhalation. And we begin together. Sat Nam. 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 Deep inhalation. Hold the breath. Squeeze Mula Bandha. Contract the genitals, anus, lower belly. Reach up, up, up. And exhale. Lower the arms. Sitting with the eyes closed, attention inside. Feeling the continued rising, transmutation of energy. Sense of expansion throughout your entire being. And from here, slowly, gently make your way down to lying on your back for the final relaxation in Shavasana. Very important to take Shavasana after this, to allow the effects of the practice to settle. Allow that energy to move and flow where it's needed for your healing. Allow the feet to open to the sides, palms to face up. Visualize your body as soft and heavy, completely melted on the floor. Take this time for you now to completely let go, to completely relax. Gently coming back to your body, preparing to reawaken with little movements of the toes and fingers, gentle rotations of the wrists and ankles, dropping the head from side to side to release the neck. And when you're ready, take a deep inhalation, reach the arms overhead, big stretch. Hug the knees into the chest to release the lower back. Rocking side to side to massage the spine. And then start rocking forward and back along the spine. And remember, if you want to earn those bonus points, bring a cute little smile to your face. Beautiful. Gently make your way up to a comfortable seated position for the final awareness phase. Sitting with the eyes closed, attention turned inside. Take a moment to notice where you are now. How you feel in the physical body. How you feel energetically, emotionally, and mentally. Notice what's changed from when we began throughout the various practices until now. And I invite you to bring your hands together in front of the heart. Take a brief moment to say thank you to yourself for taking the time to do this practice, to turn inwards, to focus on your health, your well-being, and peace of mind. Remind yourself always when you do this work to improve your presence, your awareness, your peacefulness, you benefit your life, but you also benefit everyone you meet along the way. Working on the self is the most selfless work you can do. So you deserve to say thank you to yourself today. We will conclude today's class by chanting one time the mantra Sat Nam, I am truth, a long Sat followed by a short Nam. Deep inhalation, relaxing exhalation. Inhale to chant. Sat Nam. Sat Nam, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this class. Namaste. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the class. If you did, please give the video a like because it helps us out a lot here on YouTube. And if you want to experience more of what we have to offer here at Refeel Yoga, you can check out our website, refeelyoga.com, where we have tons of exclusive content, online courses, and so much more. I hope you have the most beautiful day, and I can't wait to see you again. Namaste.